Attention bobsled riders! You will soon be embarking on a thrilling podcast down the icy slopes of the Matterhorn. So please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the bobsled at all times. Auf Wiedersehen! Hello, yodelers! We are the Matterhorn Yodelers. I am your host today, Peter, with our other hosts,
Jackie
and
Japheth.
And today we're gonna talk. We're gonna be a little creative today.
Ooh, we love
We
creativity.
love being creative. Yay!
Deep down, we're like, there's an inside panic of like,
Yes.
oh, I've got to produce something, and it may suck.
Pretty much. Yes. Very, very true. So, recently in the news, Disney announced a show that they're working on for Disney Plus for the members of SEA, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which is this hidden storyline that's hidden throughout all of the theme parks around the world. Different characters that might get brief mentions in attractions or in a restaurant or a gift shop or even a water slide. But they're part of this secret society of explorers, and so they're actually making a TV series on this hidden storyline that most people, even hardcore Disney fans, don't even know about.
Ooh, you're exclusive
It's
now,
exclusive.
listeners.
That's right. And so maybe in the future we might go into detail about C, but I came up with this idea of why don't we make a TV show or a movie on something we find in the theme parks that doesn't already have a movie or a show attached to it.
Dang it, I can't do pirates?
So we're gonna talk. So this is my idea. We've got the Jungle Cruise, right? So we're gonna have. I already cast it. We're gonna have The Rock and Emily Blunt on the Jungle. Oh,
They've already done that.
oh, dang it! No, that's my whole idea. No, yeah. So for those that don't know, there is a Jungle Cruise movie coming out, I believe in July.
Another movie that should have been brought out earlier.
Yeah.
I think almost 2 years ago. I think they had it ready like 2 years
Oh,
ago, but it
really?
kept getting pushed out. Yeah. So, yes, but that's also an attraction that needed a movie, and I think I'm excited for that
There's
one.
a lot of potential there.
Absolutely, they definitely. You look at the trailer for it, you can definitely tell like they want this to be the next Pirates movie.
I think so.
Like the cinematic views of like the jungles and the rivers, it's all like, oh yeah, they put a lot of money into this. They want this to be good.
I was just thinking it would be just like another Jumanji almost. No.
It could.
Hey, there's something that works.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed Jumanji. But so we each picked an attraction.
We picked our own.
We picked our own.
Usually
yes.
we like to be masochistic and have our siblings pick out each other's attractions. This one we're like, this is hard. You gotta come up with a story, so
Yes.
we're a little bit more merciful.
So we're gonna go through and share our stories and kind of build off of each other's ideas. So I'm excited to hear what my other yodelers have to say, and I'm excited to hear what they have to say about mine. So let's start things off with Yodeler Jackie here. Tell us your attraction and your movie/TV show.
So, my attraction is the Matterhorn.
What?
that seems appropriate.
That seems appropriate for some reason.
Now, in the Matterhorn, we're going to have this fairy called Barry the Fairy.
No,
no.
keep Barry alone.
No, I'm kidding.
That is a callback to, what, our second episode? Second or third episode where
We created
movie mashup. That's what it
Yes.
was. It was
You
character
had
movie.
Mulan and Captain Hook.
Yes.
Where you had Mulan killed by Captain Hook.
Yes, yeah.
An old Mulan.
Yes.
So let's go back and listen to that one to understand who Barry the Fairy is.
No, Barry the Fairy's not in this movie.
It's a good merchandise that
Yeah.
you come up with.
Smells like berries. Alright, so this is... I'm going to switch it. Alright, so this is Goofy meets Harold the Yeti.
Oh, so it's a Goofy movie.
It's a Goofy movie.
Okay.
I
It's
like
some
this.
Goofy in there. Now, this is probably could be like a cartoon short, but it could be a show
That's
or a
fine.
movie,
Yeah.
but it's the general idea. So, Goofy's adventurous, right? He goes on lots of adventures, and one thing he wants to do is climb the Matterhorn.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Isn't it crowded enough on this mountain already? Let alone bring Goofy in there?
So, Goofy's preparing for the trip, and he's at the mountain, and he meets a penguin named Slick.
A penguin on the Matterhorn.
Yes.
All right. This is interesting. All right, we got penguins in the Swiss mountains.
Yes.
All right.
There's zoos.
Sure.
All right, we're going.
Yeah, we're going with this. And Slick's confident penguin, and he's like, I know how to get you up the mountain real quick.
This is great. I'm loving this.
And so Goofy's like, gosh, yes.
Gorge.
Oh boy.
Slick thinking this is going to be an easy gig. He's kind of like a con artist almost kind of personality.
Wow, okay. All right.
And so he's just thinking it's going to be an easy gig, but then, with Goofy, no task is easy with him around.
Poor Pete from Goof Troop from the
Right.
TV show. Never easy.
So Slick kind of points Goofy on this adventure, on this secret path. And Slick goes with them for part of the way, and then they get into trouble where they trip and they fall into this cave. Or in
a cavern, maybe.
A cavern,
in the mountain.
yeah, in the mountain. And it's pitch dark, and then Goofy had a match, and he lit the match, and you just see the two eyes, and you hear a big roar, and it's the Yeti named Harold.
Harold.
So does Harold introduce himself as Harold?
It's like, hi guys, I'm Harold.
Or is he just growl?
No, he's growling.
Okay, he's a scary Yeti. All right.
He's a scary Yeti, right? He got woken up.
Okay,
He's
so he's mad because
sleeping.
he was sleeping.
He was sleeping and stuff, and he got mad, and so then they're running out and going everywhere around the Matterhorn, right? And the Yeti's chasing them, and they find this bobsled, and they jump in the bobsled, and Slick and Goofy, and they're going down this bobsled, and on the way down on this bobsled, they pass by Cool Runnings.
Why not? We are Jamaican bobsled team. Yay!
They got to train somewhere.
Then but then Goofy he finds a stick and he's trying to go faster, but as he's like pushing the snow, he's causing a rumbling to where there's an avalanche happening.
So they're going down. The avalanche is it following them now?
It's following, and the Yeti's following them too, chasing them.
So it's kind of like what
The old computer game where the Yeti used to
Yes,
chase you?
it's the ski jump game.
The ski jump
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
And so then the Yeti's now scared because there's an avalanche right behind him, and he's all scared and running.
It's the British thing where it's like.
Does the Yeti jump into the bobsled with them?
No, let me get into that. So then Goofy is all like, sees the stress and the concern of the Yeti, and so Goofy, out of his magic bag,
Sure.
Mary Poppins got one. Why can't the Goofy have one?
pulls out his fishing pole and does the perfect cast.
The perfect cast. All right.
And gets the Yeti into the bobsled, and they go down and they become friends. And
no one understands me.
And that's how Goofy meets the Yeti.
I feel bad for Slick. He has this job and he just doesn't get to do it. So what happens to Slick?
So I kind of cut out part of his story.
We introduced him, but like, forget that.
He just kind of left. He's a con artist, He let him to there. And
I
then
was
he
thinking
went
like
away.
Mortimer, like, isn't that who like the con?
He got stuck in the snow. We'll say.
Buried. He escapes the zoo.
He's with the Huns or
The Hun.
Yeah.
The Huns made their way to Switzerland? Okay.
Yeah. No,
They made it pretty far. Or Genghis Khan made it pretty far, but I don't think he made it that far.
Goofy movies don't make sense. They just pulled from other movies. So
All right.
So when I'm envisioning this like animation, is it like the Mickey shorts,
The new ones?
the new ones, or is it like Goofy
Goofy
movie
movie.
style animation,
Uh,
or is it live animated
No.
action?
No.
Live action. Goofy with the Jamaican bobsled team. And yeah, that would
It would probably be like the new animation.
okay, the new
So
animation
stinky, like messy, Goofy.
style. Okay.
Yeah.
So how does
perfect cast.
and does so how does Goofy find out his name is Harold? Do they talk?
Yeah, they talk on the bobsled. And they're like, oh, hey.
Bending Goob.
Thanks, Goofy. My name's Harold.
But yeah, that's my idea. It's
I had
Now-
no
great.
Now,
clue.
what would you add to the Matterhorn now?
Oh, Goofy scream.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I had to think about that with my own attraction. Like, how would this impact the attraction? Because it does that does.
It's
yeah,
like
they're
when
goofy.
you first go into the thing and you hear it.
Roar, and then you would do the.
Yeah.
That's good. And you could see like little fishing poles for the perfect cast.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool if they could add like a snow effect, like the avalanche.
Oh, an avalanche on the Matterhorn? That would be cool.
Have some soap suds, like fake snow, come down on you, and be like it's snowing. Soap.
It's Snope.
Snope, yes, not the Star Wars kind.
No.
That's Snoke.
Yeah, that's my idea. It's not the best idea, but
You know what? I like.
It's creative.
It's so original.
Yeah, I did not expect you to go
It's
that
different.
direction. So
I like
I would
it
have
for
gone
that.
a lot more of like a serious direction or a scarier direction. You went with more of a fun, lighthearted adventure, which is great because it would fit into Fantasyland just fine.
I think it would be appropriate. Yes, because if I was doing something with that, I probably would have gone closer to like the Swiss Family Tree Robinson, kind of 60s style movie where it's kind of cheesy,
Yeah.
but yet it's got that little like adventure side to it. But I wouldn't know how to make the story interesting, so I liked it. I feel bad for the penguin.
Slick.
Slick
Yeah.
the Penguin. You feel bad for the con artist?
I feel bad because it's like you just kind of got dropped in the story. Like nobody deserves to get dropped in a story
Yeah,
like
I
that.
probably could have developed a story more, but
It's okay. You put a lot more story development in your characters than I did. So
I casted people in mind, so this will be interesting.
that's the reason why you're going last. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that that adventure, and I would be okay watching that. That would be a fun short
like
or
a short clip, yeah.
I think it's
mini
a good
movie,
short.
hour movie or something like that. Like that would be fun. I would enjoy watching that.
I agree.
All right, so I've got mine, and I had the exciting thrill attraction, the Mark Twain Riverboat.
Or what is it at Disney World? Is it the Columbia? No.
No, it's not the Columbia. It's oh man, what is it at Disney World?
But it's not the Mark Twain.
It's not. They don't have the Mark Twain. They have.
Well, comment below. Let us know.
Please correct us.
It's a riverboat.
It's one of those river boats.
And you know what? I used to look at it every day when I worked there, and it's not coming to me.
Yeah, because I keep wanting to say the Columbia, but I know that's the pirate ship.
The
on
pirate ship.
Disneyland.
Okay.
So, all right. So I have the Mark Twain Riverboat, and this story takes place. You can say it's.
Is it a period piece?
Yes.
Alrighty.
So let's just say this would be a show. This would be something that
Disney Plus show?
Disney Plus
Or
show.
is this a Hulu show where they're like, maybe we want this to forget?
No, this would be a Disney Plus show. It would be a family show about a family who, this dad, he's had a dream, and him and his family, they bought this old rundown riverboat.
Oh man, it's my dream.
So this is going to be right up your alley then. So they fix up this riverboat, and as they fixed it up, they found, remnants of people who used to travel.
They found dead bodies.
No, like pictures and documents.
Okay, you said remnants of people. I was like, oh my gosh, there's dead bodies on here?
No, we're not going that far.
Oh, is this a mystery?
Yes, maybe. So they eventually find a picture of Mark Twain, or Samuel Clemens. That's his name, right? Samuel Clemens. I remember that.
I can't confirm that, so I just don't.
I think that's his actual name, is Samuel Clemens. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
There's a lot of correcting on this episode.
Yes.
We want you to comment.
Please tell me how wrong I am. So they find it, and so that's why they decide to name the ship the Mark Twain. Like, oh look, Mark Twain traveled on this boat. Why not call it after him? And as they fix it up, they take it down the river. They go through some fog.
Ooh, mystery fog.
Which then they come into port and they pick up some interesting characters that seem like they're from a different time. Because they are!
Ooh, it's a time-traveling boat.
It's a time-traveling boat.
Whoa, they went through the time-traveling fog?
The time-traveling fog. And so where they meet the actual Mark Twain or Samuel Clemens, whatever his actual name is, and they get to interact.
He would be a really cool person to meet.
Yeah,
really.
They
cool.
actually get to meet him as a child, and so the kids get to interact with him, and they help inspire him down that road of becoming an author and things like that.
They try to get him to paint the post. And they're all like, you know what? I'm having so much fun.
Right. So, like, the premise of this show is that as they travel down the river, each episode, they travel down a different river. They'll get transported down to a different river where they'll interact with different historical figures of the American history.
How cool. I
Where,
love time travel.
Yeah.
Historical.
And this is, and this isn't going to be like one of those, like, we're going to change history. This is going to be one of those things where, like, you learn about some of their upbringings. Like, for example, like, what inspired Abraham Lincoln to become a lawyer? You can have young Abe Lincoln
I can see this being
traveling
like a
down the boat.
discovery, like...
It's educational. I like it.
It's an educational
Reminds me
show.
of the old Back to the Future cartoon.
Yes, there was definitely some drawback from there. So it's going to be, obviously it's going to center on the kids' interaction with these historical figures, and about them being inspired to do something great that would lead to why they became famous in American history. So you can have people like Davy Crockett, Abe Lincoln, like other American leaders.
So they go through American history. How do they know when they're done with their mission?
It's like Quantum Leap style.
I was wondering if we're going to bring up Quantum Leap.
It's going to be Quantum Leap style, where they're trying to get home, but they just keep traveling, or Gargoyle style.
Wow.
Where it just takes them down this journey. Every time they finish one adventure, it sends them into another one.
Stay away from Avalon. I think this gets crazy. That's some drama there.
So, and this, because I think it'll be great to, and you can even have, like, fictional characters in there. You can have, like, Pecos Bill, or,
and the Young Indiana Jones TV show was very similar, where Indy's, like, traveling the world with his dad, and he's meeting all these influential historical figures throughout time. Like, he meets Freud, he's like, T. Lawrence is his cousin, and he just meets all these, like he gets in a fight with Hemingway. Like, he just meets different people throughout his adventures, not knowing that they're famous or they're gonna be famous.
Yes.
And so maybe, like, I get that same kind of vibe where they know that they're, like, famous, but the person that they're talking to doesn't know that they're famous.
Correct. And so, like, it'll be a way to, a great family show where, kids can learn more about some people that they may not have known anything about.
Yeah.
Who would you want to go see, Jackie? Like, what historical figure would you be like, oh, that would be interesting? Like, It's a question like, what would you ask them? Or
Like Amelia Earhart would be like a
That
really
would be cool.
yeah, stay away from the Pacific.
You got the Wright brothers and
Yeah. Walt Disney.
Yeah, he's right along that way. He's running
Missouri. You know, there's got rivers over there.
It'd be kind of funny. He's got like a little mouse there. And, this is my pet mouse. Oh, Mickey! Holy cow! That's cold. So, as they're traveling through time, do they ever go back to their own time, or are they just stuck in the fog of time travel and they'll never get back?
I'm sure that we could write an ending where they finally make it back.
So it's like Quantum Leap, where they're stuck in
I
the
think
voids
so.
of time and
The
they'll
way I
never come
envision
back.
it is that they're just on a journey. Like, obviously, I don't necessarily want to have that thought process of like
We're stuck.
you're stuck forever traveling on a river.
Dad, I want to go home. I don't want to do time travel anymore.
Yeah, like this is going to just be like a fun adventure that the kids and the family go on together.
Where they're forever stuck.
Yes.
And then
Kind of like a Lost in Space vibe.
Okay, Lost in Space,
Where,
going on
like-
the riverboat. So, okay, now we have this idea. How would you incorporate themes into this attraction?
Well, I think quite easily because, I mean, already the rivers of America, literally called the rivers of America. So, like, you could be on any river in America on this journey. So it's already partially themed there. And then you can throw in little...
Chief Waves a lot?
Chief
Can we get
Waves
that
a
story
lot.
back
You
behind?
know, that Chief Waves a lot
Oh,
story.
that would be great.
You know, we can
A
have...
movie on Chiefs Wave a lot.
We can have some
Yes.
riverboat gambling going on.
I love riverboat gambling.
You know, just you can add little features, all along your journey
Pictures
around.
of the different people they visited.
You can put the pictures on the boat of
Little
historical
Easter eggs from the
figures.
show on there. That would be fun.
Because it would make it a little bit more interesting.
It gives you a story.
Yes.
As opposed to like, I'm doing something on a historical boat, and it's cool being on a riverboat. It's run on steam. Yes, it's on a track.
For good reason.
We don't want a big giant steamboat crashing into the Haunted Mansion or
Nope.
Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah.
And we got like a haunted steamboat. But I think that's well needed. Like this kind of theming, an Easter egg.
Yeah.
I would watch the show
Oh,
for sure.
yeah, that would be good.
It's right in my eye. I love, American history, like tidbits of information, and I like Indiana Jones.
I
So
feel
this
like
falls
it's
like
one
right
of
in there.
those shows you would watch like in school.
Yeah, it would be a show that teachers could put on in school. and
So they
things
grab
like
out the laser disc and then they like,
that. Right.
all right, put it in.
Because like originally, like when I was thinking about it, I thought about the show being about Mark Twain and his journey on a riverboat, but I just felt like it would fall short.
It would get pretty seedy.
It would just be like, okay, we lasted 6 episodes, whereas this could go seasons.
It could.
Yeah.
Where they're going to different time periods, visiting different
Is
people.
this live action?
Live action, yes. I think it would look better as a live action.
You don't want to do Clone Wars style
Not
animation.
Not Clone Wars style animation. No. So that was my idea for a movie or TV show themed for the Mark
So
Twain.
we've got a clip and then we've got a TV show.
Yes. Now, Japheth, what do you have for us today?
So I have a movie.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to take you on this journey. So the attraction I chose, which the riverboat was on my list of attractions because you want to pick something that, like we said, we didn't have a theme. And one of my favorite attractions or things to do at Disneyland is the shooting range. I love the shooting range. They're pretty good. I mean, when you shoot, you aim. If you know how to aim and shoot, it hits your target.
Yep.
I see people
it's
like
accurate.
this doesn't work, and I'm like, 'cause you don't know how to shoot.
You don't know how to aim.
You don't know.
You see the little U and the stick. You gotta line it
Right
up.
there, yeah. And so it's always fun to get on there, and I just feel like I'm some high-speed ninja. We're like, pew, pew, pew,
The
pew.
hard part is shooting the train down because it's
Yeah.
like
You gotta get the
five
timing.
times
Yeah, just got to get the right timing with it. And so I love that. I love that attraction. I always love going there. It's like one of the top things. Got to do that. Eat a churro. eat a chimichanga. That's my Frontier land experience, because there's really not much to do in Frontierland besides Thunder Mountain, and eat at the Mexican restaurant because it's really good there. So you have that. So I want to do a shooting range, but the shooting range is, you think, oh, another Western, right? It's been done. John Wayne, Jim Stewart, there's that great American cinema time period where you just got a lot of that, and you really haven't seen much since. The Spaceman has killed it, and so I thought, how about we bring Toy Story into it, into the shooting range?
Okay.
Because you already have Woody there, and Jesse, and I thought, why don't we bring their character...
Stinky Pete?
So you want to bring Woody's Roundup.
Anyway, Woody's Roundup, I kind of bring it in, but also bring in other Toy Story elements.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a live-action Toy Story,
So is this with
characters?
Is this the toys or the characters?
It's the actual... We're bringing like live-action characters.
So it's not like Woody the doll. It's Woody the
Sheriff.
cowboy.
The cowboy.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like what they're doing with the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Oh, they're making a Buzz Lightyear movie?
Oh, yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, they're making a Buzz Lightyear movie.
Oh, boy.
Chris Evans is going to be Buzz.
Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I had Chris Hemsworth. I had Thor as my Buzz Lightyear choice, or The Rock. Yeah, you can throw The Rock in there, and you've already made $100 million.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty much.
So we're starting off. The movie is probably going to be very similar how the Buzz Lightyear movie will probably be, and the intro part, because you want to start off with a little action. You want to get people sucked into it. So you start off with Buzz Lightyear, and I'm pulling from the Buzz Lightyear cartoon show from the early 2000s. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Of
I
course.
watched every
I'm
episode.
sure you watched
Yeah.
it. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember, Jackie. So you start off. You got Buzz Lightyear. He's in a serious, combative battle, with his team, battling the robots. As you're getting in there, he's showing how awesome he is. They conquer. Zurg gets away. Zurg being the bad guy. Buzz and his team, they go back to the headquarters. Buzz's team, it's got Princess Miranova. I'm going to have her played by Claire Daring.
Okay.
She was in Jurassic World. She was the redhead.
Okay.
Okay, she plays there. And then you have Booster, Sinclair Chopper. He's going to be played by Jim Gaffigan. He was the big, red guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, okay, he's the comedic relief in this kind of scene, and I like Jim Gaffigan, and I just watched some of his comedy on YouTube recently. And then you have XR, played by John Mulaney. So you have that robot team. So they got this team, they get some new intel, and they're like, all right, we're going to go split off because there's 4 leads, and once we find out where Zurg is, we'll, work together and find this. So Buzz goes on his lead. He's going to this planet. I kind of envision like a where Attack of the Clones were, with the bugs. Geonosis, yeah. So the Geonosis kind of planet, you're going in, and you see these caverns, very Mars-like. Buzz sees this magnetic field, and he's like, okay, this is where Zurg's, manufacturing field is. This is where he's got to be. All right, let me do some reconnaissance. As he's going into this cavern, he gets sucked into this time-space continuum hole, and it takes him to another cave. And it's 1800s post-Civil War mining cave. So he's in there, and he meets the bad guy, the ruffians who have taken over this mine, and he is imprisoned because he jumps in, and what's going on, and he's hit with a shovel. And so at this point, the bad guys take him, and he is they take off his armor, and these guys are fiddling around what do we do with this? I know we haven't gotten to the shooting range part. It's a long, I'm telling you, this is a long story.
That's
Yeah.
fine. It's a movie. You gotta stretch the shooting range out quite a bit to make the shooting range.
We just
into a
shoot
movie.
stuff in this movie. It's like Darth Vader ride, where all you do is choke people and slap them with lightsabers. It's fun for 5 minutes. After that, you're like, eh. So the bad guys get his suit. He escapes, and he's running through the desert trying to get away because these guys have trapped him. He doesn't longer have his stuff. He just knows he's got to get away. I think he has an injury. I think he would be good with an injury because he would be Buzz Lightyear. He would use his kung fu on some like Western ruffians, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say he's injured, and he passes out in the desert, lack of water. And that's where you get the Woody going, hello, like that would be introduction of Woody. Who would you want to play Woody in the movie? What do you think would be good?
You're asking the wrong person because I am horrible with actors.
I am too.
I'm picking Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
Why not?
I
Why
was
not?
like, yeah, Tom Hanks.
Why mess with a good thing?
I agree that Tom Hanks is great.
He can play the sheriff,
He looks the part.
Yeah.
right? So I picked him. He picks him up, brings him back to his small little cabin, and Buzz has got asked like, "Who are these people? Where am I?" And Woody's like, "We're here in this country," and Buzz is like, "I need to get to my planet," and he's doing all the lines that he has from his like action figure. So it kind of makes fun. It's like, "You are not a space. I don't know what to say. You are a man here," kind of playing along with Toy Story.
Okay, so this is kind
I
of
love
like
that.
a reimagining of Toy Story, but like real life.
But real life, but it would be like if Andy is playing with these toys.
So like
It's-
you have Andy's imagination. So like that scene from like Toy
I do
Story
have
3.
Andy's imagination.
So,
But yes, you're right. And it's just coming to me like, oh, this is Andy playing with the toys.
Yeah.
And this is a story that you're getting from this.
That's cool.
And so as you're going through, you meet Jessie, who will be played by Zoe Saldana. She's Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think she would be good. She's got fire and fight. Add a little diversity. It's the Western town. You don't really got too many, you need more people in there. What else? So they explain the situation, and Buzz is all like, well, they've got my suit. And in this, you're seeing the bad guys. I don't really have, an idea what the bad guy would look like, or who would be a good bad guy.
Well, you got One-Eyed Bart, and you got Dr. Pork Chop.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Dr. Porkchop, a portly guy.
Yeah.
I think One of Bart would be good. Eye patches would sell really well at the parks.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps you when you shoot. Just isolate. So the bad guys figure out how to use the suit. And so, he's starting to use this laser. And so you see him learn. And so he's almost got this Iron Man, the first movie, where the bad guy gets the suit. And he's like, oh, I'm powerful now. He already had his clutches on the town where he's got them almost under his thumb as he's trying to find... His goal is to find the lost Dutchman mine. But the caves are mysterious, as we know, because Buzz is like, hey, I can't do this. My arm's injured. I don't have my suit. We need to go back to these caves because that's where I came from to get my team to get the suit because this suit doesn't belong here in this time. And so Woody and Jessie go to Stinky Pete, who know the mines, but kind of is aloof. Who did I have? Woody Harrelson. He'll be good at
Stinky Pete.
Stinky Pete. He's got that kind of off the grid kind of personality.
He can pull that accent out.
Yeah, he was good. So I think we pick him, and he's all like, "Hey, these caves. There's this cavern that nobody goes in, or they go in and they don't come back necessarily." And so it's kind of that time you go in, and that's why this Lost Dutchman mine is so elusive because. No one, you go in, but you don't necessarily come back. And so Woody, Jessie, and Buzz are like, hey, we got to do this together. Maybe there's just something that requires a team, just not individuals to go. And so as they go through the tunnels, they go and they see a fork in the road, or there's different caverns where they go. So there's different dimensions or places in time and space you can go to. So the first one they end up going to is a place where there's dinosaurs. And sure enough, you don't like this anymore?
No.
And they look like T-Rexes, but as they get
why
in there,
not?
the first T-Rex they see roars, and then you have Rex. His voice talking like, hey guys, how's it going?
I was actually wondering about when you were going to include
Other toys.
Yeah.
the the dinosaur that eats force field wiener dogs.
Oh, really? Oh, no, I didn't think about including the force field.
Well, I've got a dinosaur that eats a force field dog.
So we bring in, yes, you got the dinosaurs, and they're just like, oh, this isn't it, and then they run away. So it's a quick cameo. We're not going to bring in the dinosaur.
Okay.
We don't want to bring in more chaos to this poor western town, like a talking dinosaur. Not good. Not good for the American frontier. The one-eyed Bart would probably capture him, and that's the last thing we need is Rex being a bad guy. Second tunnel they go in, they're like, well, that's not the right one, so they go into another one, and they go to like an Idaho spud town where they have talking potato heads of what is it, Don Richter, sassy people, and they've got this civilization of Mr. Potato Heads, and they're like, well, this is definitely not it. So they escape and go back. They go into another one. I don't know if we do this one. I don't know if 3 wrong ones are good. But we go into a plastic Barbie town. We have Ken and Barbie. Very,
You can have them go into like Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking, like a Los Angeles plastic like people are like, I'm so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh yes, welcome to Barbie Town. Outfits for everyone. And they're just like, oh, and just see the reactions like, oh, this isn't it. We need to go. And so the fourth one, they go back to where Buzz was, and sure enough, Buzz's team has come to find where he's gone, because that's where his last recording was. They pull the team, they go back, and they round up the townspeople to shoot and work as a team to get the bad guy and get rid of his suit. And so that's where you get the shooting for the actual town, because they get out of the town because the bad guy's in the town and his ruffians are there, and so in a way you're shooting at like little moments of the town. And so, the story ends where Woody and Buzz, they shake hands and like, thank you for your help, you saved me, blah, blah, blah. And then the movie ends with them going off and fighting their own kind of decision.
Credit, you got a friend of me.
Yes. Always have to end there.
What's your end credit scene? Because this one's obviously got an end credit scene.
It's got to be something,
what else
something with
comes?
Jim Gaffigan.
Bo Peep?
Yeah, Bo Peep. Or, you mean like some sequel or just
a
comedy?
What's going to come out of another portal, maybe,
Ooh, what's another portal? What do you guys think? What would be a good...
Well, maybe Zurg finds his way to...
Oh, yeah, Zurg.
Zurg finds his way over,
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Bring Zurg, you can make it into a second film.
Yeah, that would be good.
Because it starts all about Zurg, so we're introduced to the character, and then we kind of leave. And so it'd be great to bring him back at the end as like, I'm the real baddie that you need to be worried about.
I like that. Because I was always thinking, how do you make it into another movie?
Well,
that's always
you opened the door when you created the Nightmare Before Christmas, multiple portals, different worlds.
Yes.
So...
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay. I like that.
I'm sold. I like it.
I know you were waffling, I was reading you, Jackie, and you're like, I don't know.
No, the ending was good.
So they kind of work together, and the incorporation into it, you can do little segments. You can have a Buzz Lightyear bad guy, One-Eyed Bart just pops out once in a while, or flies around in the sky, and you got to shoot him in the sky.
That would be
And
great,
you can also have a laser, you can have you can put on an arm laser, so you could be one of Buzz Lightyear people. And you can also incorporate Buzz Lightyear's ride with that. And so the next movie, you can actually incorporate Buzz having to go help Woody trying to help Buzz in space.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Cowboys and aliens.
Yeah.
I was like, you got cowboys and aliens, and then you have I'm pulling from an Indiana Jones novel series where you have a unicorn sword that he goes back into an interior world, and he's going. It's oh boy, I'm pulling jumping in different dimensions. Also remember that dinosaur show where people fall in, they're driving and they fall in the hole.
I remember that.
Oh.
I barely remember that, but I do remember because I keep thinking about that because there's this cave girl, whatever.
Yeah.
She's there, but this family
they live in this illustrious treehouse that they built with what I don't know to keep themselves above all the scary dinosaurs, but.
Right.
All they have is a Ford Explorer.
Yeah, I was wondering about that show, when that show's going to hit Disney Plus.
we already got dinosaurs, but so that kind of concludes what I've got with the movie. You know, I don't know if you guys have any other suggestions with like characters or who else should be incorporated. I know I brought in some of the Toy Story.
I think like there's a lot of potential there with the different portals.
Yeah.
So like you can really bring that Toy Story world to life in a very unique
It's almost
way.
like combining Monsters Inc. and Toy Story with like the doors.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's like that.
So
maybe
Pixar theory.
I was thinking like, well, you can incorporate Pixar theory right here. You got dinosaurs in there.
Why not? Hey, we don't really know too much about the Buzz Lightyear movie, so who knows? Maybe this might be somewhat similar there. You know.
You're welcome, Disney. Solve your problem about what you're going to do for a movie.
So, all right. Well, that was quite the adventure we all went on. We've gotten a wide variety here. I didn't realize. Well, we got a short, we got a show, and we got a movie. This worked out quite well.
We can all roll it all in together.
So, Disney, we will accept your cash. You know, for our ideas.
For our ideas.
Our intellectual property we've just created on this podcast.
That's right.
You're welcome.
But, let us know what you guys might want to do with the Matterhorn, the Mark Twain.
Or any other kind of
gallery,
attraction
or any
that doesn't have a
attraction.
movie.
That's right. Or if you want to change an attraction, well, maybe we'll have a discussion like this for another time. We'll change a movie IP for an attraction, maybe. We'll have another discussion like that.
I always feel like there's something missing with the storybook.
Storybook Canal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like Once Upon a Time, the TV show, where you're bouncing through.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that vibe. So, let us know what some of your ideas are. Please correct me on whether or not Mark Twain is Samuel Clemens. I'm pretty sure that's right. I could be wrong. I'm getting a lot of I don't knows here. So, but let us know what you think. You can. Why don't you fill us in on our?
We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook.
We're still stuck on Woody's time, I see.
And you can email us at matterhornyodlers@gmail.com. Love to hear your thoughts. Follow us on Instagram. Like, subscribe. Is there any other lingo for following? I think that's it. So
Sounds good. And thank you once again for joining us this week. And auf Wiedersehen. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Matterhorn Yodelers. Please remember, before your bobsled comes to a complete stop, to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember...
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.